The woman had only closed her eyes for a moment. The buttons slowly began to be undone. At first, she didn't react. Only when her breasts were sucked and licked did she suddenly wake up. After calming herself, she immediately looked toward the surveillance room.
I know you're in here.
It was indeed Jack. Just yesterday, there had been a major breakthrough in the laboratory research. As the latest injection was administered into his body, Jack's skin gradually began to disappear. In no time, the bright red muscles became clearly visible. Accompanied by a sharp, anguished scream, the muscle tissue began to rapidly dissolve. Before long, only Jack's bones remained. Then, in front of everyone's astonished gaze, the bones began to vanish as well. Eventually, he completely transformed into transparency, as though he had evaporated from existence. The scientists were overjoyed. Their experiment had finally been declared a success. The first transparent man in history had been born. Fearing that the transparent man might lose control, the research team decided to create an outer shell for him. They carefully poured soft silicone liquid over his face, and with the aid of wind, it quickly solidified into shape. They then meticulously cut out holes for breathing and vision. Thus, a human face mask was completed. At first, everything seemed to be under control, but the day after day of confinement in the experiment caused the transparent man's inner tension to grow more and more intense. One late night, only a female colleague remained on duty in the lab. The thermal imaging screen showed that the transparent man was still present. She relaxed, leaning back in her chair and closing her eyes to rest. Unbeknownst to her, he had already slipped out of the lab, sneaking quietly into the office area. Watching the colleague asleep, a malicious thought began to take root in Jack's mind.